last 2 hours, and as soon as I go live, let us calm down a bit. We've got 50 plus mile an hour winds, and they're getting worse and worse all the time. And the sea state is going to be massive, I would think. I've been down the other end, like Car Gap area, and filmed a video for the channel for later. And it was really rough there. There's waves coming from all different directions, really stirring up white water. So where we're now going should be the same. It's so windy, the car's getting blown all over the place. How's it going, Lukey? Everything good? Just thought we'd go for a little wander and have a look at the sea state, because it's going to be pretty rough, I think. Got 50 plus mile an hour winds. It's been snowing all morning, but it's stopped now, gone live. Murky old day, yeah, just a bit. Martin W, how you doing, mate? Hope things are good. We're going to have a little nose and have a look at this coast, because it's going to be rough. Well, yeah, I can see the sea is rough. How close can we get to show everyone? Afternoon, Donna, how you doing? What have we got? Oh, it's been up and over the path and everything. Sure, it's not high tide. It's been right up. You can probably see down there. Pushed all the weed onto the prom and stuff. It's looking pretty rough. Shame it stopped snowing at the moment though. It was quite dull a little while ago and snowing away. Yeah, we're not too bad, Martin. The snow's gone off down to the right by the looks of things, looking out at the sea. Turn off for a little while so it's not so loud. There's some big old waves coming in there. You won't fish that. That's for definite. Yeah, probably not a good idea to try and fish tomorrow, Lukey. That'd be hard work, I reckon. Yeah, definitely a rough sea. 351 Cleveland, how you doing, mate? Welcome in. Yeah, it's pretty angry. I've done a video earlier on at Cart Gap, which is, I don't know, 10 miles down the coast, but deeper water. I'll put that on the channel either later on today or tomorrow. And the waves were massive. They were coming from both directions, smashing into each other. The whole beach was just white water, really. I tried to go live there, but that wouldn't let me do it, which was a shame. I just couldn't keep a signal because they're so rough. I can't hold a signal very well at the moment. I know here is normally fairly good. Hi Philip, mate, how you doing? Welcome in. Imagine trying to put the rods out in that. I think you waited just end up on the beach next to you within a couple of minutes. Not even that. That'll probably just come straight back in. Yeah, it'd be fun on the sib, wouldn't it? You'd literally be flying off the top of the waves, yeah. You could literally go out there and surf them in. They're a lot bigger than what they show on camera, because they never do show up properly on the camera. They're pretty big. We've got all foam flying up in the air and landing on the car and stuff. Looks very bassy. Yeah, this is actually a really good bassy beach. We do catch some good bass here. You will see me here on the channel fairly soon. They should start to come in the next few weeks. And this sort of weather will certainly push them in. Once this all stir up and all the food stir up on the bottom, hopefully at some point that will settle down. And the fishing should be great for a few days out of that. So maybe we'll come down and have a go if that's what everyone wants to see. Be nice to get our first bass of the year. Don't look rough from the car, but I'm going to show you, if you go out there and stand up, well, that's very hard to stand up. It's literally 50 plus miles an hour at the moment. And the wind chill factor is -6. So it's pretty cold. Oh, here comes the snow again. And the foam. I was hoping, because that was snowing so well earlier on, I was hoping it was going to lay on the beach. We were going to get like a snowy beach. And then all this white water coming in, that'd look quite smart, I think. No, Lukey, we're down at Walcott, which is just down the road from Bacton. Oh, nice, Philip. It's actually laid there, is it? On the ground. That did start to lay here earlier, but we're getting like rain in between as well, and that's just got rid of most of it. But I do keep, every now and again, that will come across again for 10-15 minutes. Really heavy snow, which is quite cool. So I was hoping that was going to lay and make everything white and have the waves. I thought everyone would appreciate a little live, just to have a look at the sea. Whereabouts are you? You're down sort of Lowestoft way, aren't you? So the wind will be a different direction around the corner. Philip's still got snow coming down, that's cool. Oh no, you're Bury, are you? No, for some reason I thought you were Lowestoft area. I can't believe that looks like the sun's trying to come out now. Unbelievable. All the different weather we're getting. If you like seeing this sort of thing, give me the old thumbs up and let me know that you want to see more of this sort of stuff when the weather's rough. There is some other beaches where it really crashes in when it's rough like this, but they're places where I can't get a signal to go live. I could do videos down there. Places like Trimmingham and places like that. can see why I haven't been able to get out and do any sea fishing this week. I've come and had a look a couple of times, but that's pretty much impossible to be on the beach filming in this and trying to fish. I have tried it a few times in the past, but it just doesn't work. You can't hold bottom even with really heavy leads. You just end up on the beach in the next swim. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, Donna? Sun's now starting to come out here as well. It's crazy. But looking down to the right, it's really dark, and out to sea it's still pretty dark where the snow is. And then down to the left, it's hard to see because all I can see is sea spray flying across. It looks like it's dull down there, but from behind me we've got some sun, as you can see now, lighting up the waves. That looked quite cool actually, doesn't it? Seeing the white water all lit up like that. Of course, some of them waves that are a bit further out are pretty high. Yeah, they're breaking a long way out, aren't they? They're like, some of them are like quarter of a mile out. They're really turning over and roughening up the sea. Even if I look as far out as I can see, there's still white water turning over. It'd be nice if we could pull in a few codling. They've been about. There has been the odd one coming off the beaches. There's been a couple off just a bit further up at Bacton. There was one out of Trimmingham the other day, one out of Weybourne, and then going the other way there was one out of Caister, and a couple off Patefield and Lowestoft. So there's been a fair few about. Not in numbers, but you know, the odd person's picking up one. And then there's the few bass starting to show now as well up this end. A couple of them have been quite nice as well. They've been like £4 or £5, which is a nice fish. Be interesting to see what this is like on the high tide. That's about 3 hours down at the moment, so it's going to be even higher than this. I would guess that'd be splashing. Well, looking at the weed and that, it's literally right down in front of the car. That'd be splashing up and through onto the road, I would have thought. Definitely flying up over the wall. Yeah, it's weird that the sun just comes across and we all get the same sort of weather, but at different times. Bob by the water, how you doing, mate? Yeah, if it's settled down and the sea settled down fairly quickly, then that'll be really good to have a go for a few bass and stuff like that. I'm at Walcott at the moment. I've just come from Cart Gap, been down there making a video. But I'm struggling to hold a signal on most of the coast, so I sort of stopped here for a bit so everyone can have a look. I tried to go out there, but I can hardly stand up. It's literally that rough. The wind. And even with the mics and stuff on, which I've got on now, it's still hard to hear me because it's just so loud, that wind. That's really, really rough. When I was driving down here and stuff, there was like wheelie bins flying across the road and stuff like that. Fence panels coming down. It's going to do a bit of damage. And I would guess over the next few days we're going to get flooding all over the place as well. A lot of the roads are flooded already and the ditches are turned into little rivers. a few signs and stuff sitting next to me and they're wobbling all over the place. It's not good. They look like they're going to get pulled out of the ground by those things. They're getting a bit wobbly. Would anyone go out there and have a swim in that then? If the water was warm enough? If it was summer? I've been in the sea around here in the summer. I go in the sea most summers around this coast along North Norfolk. But I don't think I've quite been in this rush before. Yeah, that foam really builds up. You get like a big clumps of it, and if the wind pick it up, that fly across up in the air, that can literally cover you. I've done that before coming down here, and surprised how thick that foam get as that build up. Don't know what actually creates that foam. Does anyone know why that turns into foam as the waves turn over like that? It's quite relaxing to watch and just sort of sit back and watch the waves like this, isn't it? Very dark down to my right. Yeah, to swim at Felix though on Boxing Day. I bet you that was cold. That is literally the salt content that turns that into foam in the air. That makes sense. It carries on overnight and it keeps building up and we get higher and higher winds and they end up like really high, like 75 and 80 mile an hour. I'll come out again tomorrow, go somewhere different. I can always squeeze an hour out on me lunch break sort of thing. Loads of people pulling up next to me, all sitting watching the same thing. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 12 cars to the left of me now. A lot of people like to just sit and watch us. No one's going down there and walking down there though, are they? Can't blame them. It does keep trying to snow again, but it's not really heavy like it was earlier on. Are you off, are you, Liggy? Yeah, cheers for popping in, no problem. This will only be a short one. I was just thought I'd go on for half an hour and let everyone have a look. I thought I'd come down and have a look and see what the sea state was like. See where I'll be able to fish fairly soon. But this is far too rough for that. Hi Lee, mate, how you doing? Welcome in. Fancy trying to put the rods out in this? We're getting all sorts of different weather. We're getting like 1 minute it's snowing, next minute it's raining, next minute the sun's out like this. It's crazy. We're getting all different seasons literally per hour. But looking down to my left, if that's coming across this way, it's going to be pitch black in a little while, pretty dark. Which means it's probably going to snow quite heavy again. Look, seagulls are having fun flying around in the wind. Yeah, I've actually tried it before, Lee. I've actually been down and tried to have a go in this, and you can cast out, but you just end up on the beach in the next bay pretty quickly. But normally a day or so after this has all happened and and it all settled down a bit, the fish come in, and obviously feed up on all the stuff that's been stirred up. You can normally get some nice fish, so we'll try and do that if we can. See if we can get our first bass of the year, or might even bring in some codlin. It's looking very dark down towards Trimlingham and down that area. It's going across over towards Norwich, so you're going to get that soon, Donna. No paddling today. I could, but I think I'd get a bit wet. Skinny dipping. Them waves out there, if you walked out, I don't know what, 50 yards, them waves are huge. They don't look it from up here, but they're pretty big. Yeah, probably, Donna. That's pretty black. Hi Diane, how you doing? Welcome in. How's Peter? Is he all better now? I hope so. Oh, we nearly got a big splat on the screen then, with a big bit of foam. Landed on the roof instead. We're sitting down here at the moment, Diane, enjoying all the different seasons. 1 minute it's snowing, next minute it's raining, then it's sunny. It's crazy. And as you can see, it's pretty rough out to sea. Oh, that's good, Diane. That's a good job it didn't last too long. Maybe he ate something a bit funny or something like that, maybe. I'm glad he's better now. One of these big lumps of foam are going to land on the screen in a minute. You can see the tide's soon going down. Would love to have seen it at the high tide. Oh, I'm getting bombarded with foam again. No, just me at the moment, Diane. I've been further down the coast and done a video with some of the deeper parts because I couldn't get a signal. I'll put that up on the channel. Won't be a long one, it'll only be like 6-7 minutes, something like that. The tide was a lot higher then. It weren't here, it was at different venues further down. Yeah, surprising how quick the time go past when you sit here watching these. I've done that before. You sit here watching away, and before you know it, a couple of hours have gone past. There's definitely some big old waves rolling out there. Though. If you look a bit further out, just past the white water, there's some really big waves. Sun's going to peep out again. Do look good when it light up the white water and the waves. That would have been much more fun if everything would have been covered in snow as well. Did try to lay, but soon got washed away again. Oh, foam. Yeah, definitely great to watch, isn't they? There's a lot of good areas along this coast along here that are good to watch. But as I say, in a lot of places I can't get down and get a signal for you, otherwise I'd show you some other areas. Oh, we can actually see a bit of sand now. Bottom of the ramp, the launch ramp is nearly clear. Can't see the boat ramp there, can I? I'll show you. There's the boat ramp. So you can see how high up we are. It's tempting to go down there and have a little walk along the front, but I'll get absolutely drenched because the sea sprays straight at us. And you won't be able to hear a thing, it'll just be whistly noisy. It's still quite loud even sitting in the car. Hopefully most of it will be cancelled out because I'm wearing the old mics. You can actually see a ship right out at sea. You should be able to see that right in the far picture there, just off the centre of the screen there. Wonder how rough it is out there. Whether they bounce up and down in this sort of weather. I know they're massive ships, so surely they must move up and down a bit in these sort of waves. I don't think I'd like it to be out there. Quite happy to go out there when it's flat calm. But Not in this sort of weather. India Fishing, how you doing? Welcome in. Ooh, look at that. They're breaking hard. The whole sea's just turned pure white there, look. 3 big waves just crashed all over each other. It's just literally turned the whole sea white. If you look sort of further out in the picture, you can see them building. And if you get 2 or 3 big ones at once, that does that pretty much. It's quite smart to see. There's a couple more now coming by the looks of it further out. Sailing, cool. You'd be up and down them waves. Yeah, that'd be fun. To get hold of your sail and you'd be flying along. You'd be able to launch off the top of the waves like you were on surfboards, but in a sailboat. Don't know how safe that'd be out there today on a sailboat though. Let's say the waves are probably twice the size of what they look on the camera. Hi Mervyn, mate, how you doing? How's things? Wouldn't get you out there on a gooey too. No, it's not good. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm just sort of looking along the beaches and I can't really come out fishing, as you can see. It's a bit of a shame at the moment. We just got really rough weather. 1 minute it's snowing, next minute it's raining, then the sun's out. We've got really high winds at 50 plus at the moment, mile an hour. And I think they're going to be building over the next few days even more. It's a bit of a shame I can't really get on the beaches and have a go at the moment. I can't even get on the Broads, even the Broads are really rough. All these high winds are going to push a big old salt surge up the Broads again, which we don't really want. I'll keep coming down every, sort of day or so, or every couple of days until it's fishable, and then I'll have a go. You would fish. I've tried it before, Mervyn, but you cast out and literally you can count to, I don't know, 30, something like that, and your weight's back on the beach. Even with an 8 ounce or something like that, it just don't hold. I've tried that a couple of times. Cheers for coming in, Lee. Yeah, I'll see you hopefully on a fishing trip soon, or out on the boat. Nice to see you in. Oh, nice Philip, 32-foot yachts. Would they just sail through this weather no problem then, or I don't really know I don't really know too much about yachts. Can they handle these sort of seas without any problems, or? We've had a few boats in the past. We've had, you know, some speed boats and a couple of fishing boats, but we've mainly sort of stayed on the sea rivers and broads and places like that. Not really been out to sea that much. Been out there a bit, but definitely not in this sort of weather. But no, I've never took a yacht out before. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I thought I'd be a bit bouncy. If I can handle it, then that's fun, and if you know you're safe and that can go through that sort of weather, then yeah, that's no problem. You got to know the limits of your boat, really, ain't you, and what it can handle. I'm all for having, being out there and having a bit of fun, but you got to do it safely as well, haven't you? I can just imagine me out there on my sib, and that'd be crazy, I reckon. Literally be lifting off the floor, jumping off the waves. Normally when you get a bit further out, that normally calm down a bit, but from what I can see, even as far as I can see out, that's white water right out there. So it must be pretty rough right across the sea at the moment. Fished in force 8 winds, have you, Mev? Nice one. It's not always the winds though, sometimes the sea's so rough that you just can't hold bottom. Andy Tigger, how you doing? Just thought I'd have a little lunch break and pop down and have a little look, but it's not very fishable at the moment. Yeah, Merv, me and Andy Tigger fished Chroma Pier in 75-mile-an-hour winds once. We managed to hold bottom and fish because we were a bit further out, but them waves were flying in. That's on the channel. The waves are huge, and that was really windy. Sometimes you are lucky and you can hold bottom, but you certainly wouldn't out here at the moment. But I'd definitely like to get down here as soon as this calmed down, because I reckon there'll be a few really nice bass about. Oh, nice one, Philip. A 67-pound conger off the back of a yacht. Nice one. I bet that was fun. So you know all about your yachts then. You had a good old few years out on the old yachts. You know everything about them. So in this sea along here and around this sort of area, out on the sea on a sort of much flatter day, what sort of size engine would you say would be needed? You know, petrol engine. I was thinking of getting sort of somewhere between a 15 and 18, something like that. "45 minutes to get it in." Cool. Bet you weren't knackered at the end of that. But what a lovely fish. 60 odd pound. I haven't had anything crazy size sea fishing yet. My biggest fish is 19 pound 4 smooth hand. But that was from the beach, which is pretty cool, but haven't had anything bigger than that yet. We had some nice bass and stuff like that. Sort of around the £6 mark. Back in the day I used to get a few cod up to 7 3/4 was my biggest, but that was a while back. We ain't had any big cod like that around here for a while. They're all sort of £2.5 now. I bet your arms were dropping off, Philip. They fight really hard, don't they? They swim backwards as well, can't they? We don't get nothing like that around here. We don't get any big conger or anything like that. Our biggest fish really are the bass and the smooth hands, really. We get a few rays, but even they don't go to double figures really. We have to do a bit of travelling really to find the bigger stuff like that. The tide's definitely calming itself down now. It's getting towards the end of the groin. Yeah, it shouldn't be too long, Mervyn. We did actually have one in the winter, which I couldn't believe it, on the Lowestoft River. I'm trying to think when that was. I think that was December. It was crazy to get a smooth hand. The same night I had a sole as well. I've had a couple of sole over the winter, which is unusual. Snow has stopped now in Norwich. Yeah, it was really heavy here an hour or so ago. But now the sun's come out. I was hoping it was all going to lay and we were going to have snow all over the prom and the rough seas, but that seemed to have stopped at the moment. It's going over towards the right by the looks of it, across the sea. There's loads of people down here. It's packed. Everyone's watching it. I reckon this would have been pretty rough at high tide. Well, it would have probably been up where I am now, sitting in the car. Nice one, Mervyn. You'll be out doing some more lives, will you? Sounds good. I just thought I'd do this one today because there's no way I can fish in that. I hadn't managed to get a fishing video up this week, so hopefully this weather will calm down at some point and we'll be able to get back out there and see what we can catch. can see the beaches, well, the sea is getting shallower now, so the waves are not as big as they were when I first started, but they're still fairly big further out. Oh, what, Merv? That's not good, mate. I didn't realise that. I didn't see that. I lost a load of really good filming gear last summer as well myself, so I know what it's like to lose all the stuff, especially when it's not cheap. Oh, we're getting attacked by foam now, landing on the screen. Yeah, cheers for popping in, Andy. I'm only going to be, what, 10 minutes? And I've got to get back to work as well, so give it another 10 minutes. I think he meant he lost it, Philip. I don't think he meant, oh, I don't know. I thought he meant he dropped it in the water, you know, he didn't get it back, sort of thing. Maybe he did. I'm sure he'll answer you. It's definitely starting to flatten off a bit now. It's quite shallow close in front of us now. If you look out sort of 100 yards, there's still some big white waves coming in. There's some decent waves turning over. Cheers for all the thumbs up, everyone. Appreciate that. Anyone else near the coast and got rough seas at the moment? Or is it flat calm where you are? Or all along the coast up here takes quite a battering over the winter. That's why you often see me going down to sort of Lowestoft around that area, sort of hour and a half away from where I live, because this coast is like this quite a lot. When the winds are behind it as well, That turns it pretty crazy. There's a few big waves now starting to crash in again now. Look. That wind's rough as shaking the car. Yeah, pretty much, Philip. That's mainly a northerly, but yeah, slightly easterly. So yeah, it is really. Lots of little birds and stuff now, hunting through the weed and stuff that the tide's washed up. Probably getting little shrimps and stuff like that. They're little terns by the looks of them. Hi Emily, welcome in. How you doing? We're just out watching the sea state at the moment, showing everyone where I can't get out there fishing at the moment. We've had sun, rain, snow, you name it. We've had 4 seasons in the last hour or so. It's quite crazy. Oh, what, Philip? That's no good, is it? But then you wouldn't want to be sitting out there on a fishing boat in this. I don't think you'd be up and down all over the place. That'd be crazy. You wouldn't be able to watch your rod and get bites and stuff. See the bites. That'd be absolutely everywhere. Hi Amanda, how you doing? How's things? Welcome in. It's calmed down a bit now, Amanda. If you go back to the beginning of the live, the waves were massive. The tide's on its way down now. Well, it's gone down a lot. That's over 3 hours down now. We had all sorts of stuff happening: snow, rain, sun. We've got some funny old weather going on at the moment. Got 50+-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, it's always them sort of winds that are not the winds you want to fish really in, Philip. northerlies and easterlies. Normally pretty rough and normally pretty cold. Can't believe the amount of people that are pulling up next to us. They're all the way along the beach now. There's cars everywhere. I said beach to prom, you know what I mean? There's lorries pulled up, there's all sorts. Because a bit further down, the beach goes out a bit further, so the white water sort of drifting and that's flying in the air more. But the waves are bigger down here. There's seabirds absolutely all over the place. There must have been all sorts of things getting washed up on the high tide, in the weeds and stuff. I was only going to pop on for sort of 15 minutes and show everyone the conditions, and all of a sudden it's already been an hour. It's crazy when you're sitting there watching the sea. It's quite mesmerising, that sort of time just disappear. It's nice to watch. Yeah. Can I come and pick you up, Manda? You're a long way from me at the moment. We'll definitely arrange something at some point when we're coming up your way. Oh, it's actually a person. Someone's actually walking down the ramp. Let's have a look, shall we? Hopefully they won't slip over. Doesn't actually get very slippery, that ramp. They keep it clean. Not that they launch many boats on this beach. Oh, just took a dog for a wander. Oi, Winchy mate, how you doing? Meant to die right down there, is it? Yeah, I think this is meant to be here again tomorrow. But then after that, that should start to come down. Hopefully I'll be able to catch the sort of tail end of it as it starts to settle down. And we'll find a few nice fish, hopefully. lady braved walking along the beach, taking her dog for a walk. The groin down there is pretty much uncovered now. It's just touching the end of it, but most of it got sand and the whole ramp showing now. Still some big old waves coming in further out there, just past that white water there. Looks like it's getting pretty dark again down to my left. Winds are definitely kicking up again. The white water's starting to go white, a lot more white water again. Bigger waves further out. Yeah, we had a fair bit of snow for a couple of hours ago. When Chiva, then it rained and sort of cleared that, and then now the sun's trying to come out. It looks like the snow's coming across again further down the beach. It's quite dark down to my left. Stranger, we keep getting all the different weather all in the same days, sort of thing, same season, different seasons, sorry, in the same month. If you go back to the beginning of this live, you'll see when it was closer to high tide, the waves were huge. They were much bigger than what they are now. Because obviously we lost the depth. But it's still pretty rough, even at, getting towards low tide and that. Right, everyone, I better get back to work really. I was only meant to pop out for a little while. Yeah, Winchy, exactly, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? That's what we've had today. We've had high wind all day and it's been sunny, snowy, rainy. It's just crazy. So when I better get back to work, I've got lots of work to do. I'd love to stay and chat all day. You can sit and watch the waves all day, that's lovely, isn't it? But I can't today. I was only going to put it live for sort of 15 minutes and we've been well over an hour now. But I appreciate everyone coming in and saying hello and having a chat. And we'll see if we can do it again soon. No, I don't, but I've got a lot of items that I've got to post and stuff, and they're all got to be wrapped and got to the post office and stuff for a certain time before the vans go, so I ain't got a lot of time left to do that, so I need to go and do that. And then I've got car stuff to do. But I'll find a way to get out fishing again soon, and maybe bring you some other little lives as well, I guess. And we can sort of go from there, really. So I'm pretty sure the weather's going to calm down over the next 2 days. A couple of people now taking their dogs and that down because the tide's down far enough. They're going to get blown away a bit when they get around when they get down there. Right, everyone, thanks very much for coming in, and I'll see you all soon. Appreciate all the thumbs up and everyone taking the time to have a chat with me.